Welcome to Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, and while it is indeed home to the 2021 Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, it is also the home field for the USF Bulls and the clash that we have in store today. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Baylor Bears, taking on a team looking for its first win, the South Florida Bulls. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Bulls will kick it away first. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Offense set on first down. He's going to pass. He makes the connection. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. And why waste any time? Get right to it, the offense, with a big play right out of the gate.
And sending a clear message, Reese, they are going to take shots. They've got playmakers. They've got dudes that can get downfield and locate the football. I love the attitude right out of the gate.
He chucks one out to the right. He makes a catch.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, this quarterback's been in a nice rhythm all drive, hasn't he? He's just playing on time. He's making good decisions. He's now got the offense at first and goal. I'd let him throw it down here. He has earned that right.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Using the quick game. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Going for the return. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to get to him. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety. Fair catch called for, but a flag is on the field. Let's see what that's about. So the offense accepts a 15-yard penalty after that special teams miscue. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Gets it out quickly. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Looking to throw for it. Throws to the tight end. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man quickly. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that...
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. They got to him in a heartbeat. Man, was he back there quickly.
And you can see the linebackers up near the line of scrimmage. Which one's coming? He comes flying through with great speed. The offense had no clue how to get him blocked, and he gets the big sack.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
The field goal is no good. Missed a chance to stretch this lead. It's still sitting on 9. That 50-yard field goal attempt was no good, and now they'll have to play defense. 1st and 10 from the 33. Quick release by the QB. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing this secondary.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. He's right on target. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Bulls racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
It's complete. Can't get him to the ground. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up fourth down.
Offense with jumbo personnel. Running for it on fourth down. Obliterates him, still on the move. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I love offensive play callers that are aggressive. Going for it on fourth down, check. In your opponent's territory, now here's an opportunity where you might be able to be aggressive again and take a shot.
And the Bulls are moving quickly down the field. Grabbed behind the line, it's Yates. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
The defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break up the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
He's going to pass on second down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Out of the gun, the inside give.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
No, it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Third and short now from their own 48. This is a designed run. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The Bears headed quickly to the line. Comes out throwing on first down. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that? You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
And the Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Brings up 2nd down.
After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Not much running. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
But that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Next guy, don't assume the tackle is going to be made.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to send an extra rusher. The big fellas up front took care of that.
Yeah, and all dime means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field. But listen, the fat guys still get home. Isn't that beautiful? The big, athletic defensive line still does a great job getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until...
And he's running in the open. The 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown Bulls. And once he got loose, it was all over. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Wide receiver shows motion. Wants to throw on second down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. Guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys,
and that pass is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, South Florida. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Oh, he's going to bring it out. And the returner will be dragged down.
That's not what you want out of that kick return. If you're that return guy, you've got to make something happen. You've got to be able to make a guy miss. That's why you're back there in the first place, because of your athleticism, but you've got to be able to generate better field position on that kickoff return.
They'll go with a direct snap. Not much room there. They'll give him 1 to the 9.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Working that left side now. Smashes him with the stiff arm. They make the stop, but the sweet Woolen catch is plenty to give him a 1st down. The Bears want to crank the tempo.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball.
They get a rough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got room on the return. Touchdown Bulls. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. The extra point is blocked. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players.
Snatches it on the right.
Hey, the defense knew coming into this one this guy was going to be a factor, but they have done nothing to stop him. They don't have any answers. This guy already has over 100 yards receiving, and we're not even done the half.
Pressure coming. And it's picked off for the third time today. Trying to take it back. The tag. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, USF. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
On second down, looking again to throw. Got a man, it's Pratt. At the 45, on his way. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Bears in the hurry up. Looking to go up top on first down. He'll pull it down. Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. He got a hand on it and deflected it, but probably just got a bruise off that missile and gave up the completion.
Yeah, not used to handling the revolutions on that football. QB zipped it in there. Nice job getting the deflection, getting your hand on the football. That's what you're supposed to, find the football, but the offense got the break and got the completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Fighting for the end zone, and he dropped it. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. From his end zone, he'll go up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Number 17, set to kick it off.
And he's going to try to return this one. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Looking for space. It's Adams. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Second down.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He wants to go deep. Catch inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, South Florida.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Now on the move. Touchdown Bulls! And the punishment has been extended. Ready to try the point after.
And I tell you what, Reason, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Getting some heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. Right down the middle. Makes a grab enough for the first. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They'll go to the counter. tackle is made at the 33. It's about a 5-yard pickup, and that'll be enough for a first down. The Bears come to the line in the hurry-up. He'll come out throwing on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Gets it out fast. Can anyone catch him? Bulldozes him. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up, but this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
And the Bears will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Baylor! Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on their side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. He marched 78 yards down the field and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Standing in his own end zone looking to throw. He'll pull it down and run. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
It's a little demoralizing, too, I think, if you're on defense, because it looked like you had him, right? It's 3rd down. Everybody's getting ready for a big sack. They're pinning their ears back trying to get upfield. You just can't make the play. Quarterback's able to escape. He doesn't get the first down, but he did get nice yardage, so I'm curious to see what they do here on 4th.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll try to pound their way in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
It's now second and goal.
Now on second and goal. Defense looks like they're coming. Snap it to the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bears!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Western Kentucky is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage, but despite all that, we still have a very close game. They're up by 10 over Iowa. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
Man, it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
They go to the ground. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, South Florida 37-25.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going to the ground. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Baylor!
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Fast motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. Inside the 45. Afterburners coming. 10. Touchdown, South Florida. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Wide out in motion. Hold and fire complete. Oh, ball's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And you see wide receivers make those catches. Field and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you could tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. They'll give it to the back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the field goal unit is on the field. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger.
Give the defense a ton of credit in this sudden change situation. Their offense just coughed it up. And this defense comes out, they go 3 and out and force a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Looking to move it through the air. Feeling some heat. Makes his connection. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On 1st down, here comes this offense. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
QB now has over 400 yards passing, guys, and you got to give everybody else in his supporting cast a ton of credit. Receivers, great job running routes, catching the football, and this offensive line has been outstanding, giving him time to throw.
The Bears have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Now improvising. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. From the red zone, looking for a space. It's complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Looking to throw it again. Got a man. It's cracked. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And they'll try to tack on 2. Motion from the offense. Quick strike complete. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and now they're down by 7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Snowed under by the defense.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 26. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Fighting off the defender. It's loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it.
And that was the biggest play of the game. They've got the lead offensively. They're trying to run this thing out. He coughs it up. The defense jumps on it, and all of a sudden, this game has a different feel.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12.
This quarterback is having a Heisman moment in this game. These are the types of games that Heisman voters are going to pay attention to. He's now got over 450 passing yards.
Touchdown, Baylor! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Wyoming is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Laramie for some time. They're up by 25 over BYU. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The give to the tailback. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, another good run. I feel like we could put that on loop, Jesse. Just another good run, another good run, another good run. Over 150 yards on the day. He's been the complete package, showing off all his skills today.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Gonna run it. It's Adams. They bring him down, and he's gonna lose a yard on that one.
Third down coming up.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. He finds his man. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down.
That's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Trying to find his man on first down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now the offense has its shot to keep this game from going into overtime. Off play action. He wants to take the top off. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the 4th quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's not afraid to go deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offense...
They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out! How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
How about that turn of events for the defense? Not only did they force the fumble and jump on it, creating a... but they're already in field goal range where they stand right now to break this tie.
Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Quickly complete.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
The Bulls have pushed it inside the 20. From the gun, the running back looking for room. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. It'll all be decided right here, win or lose on this kick. And the kick is good. He is once, twice, 3 times the kicker, and this one for the game. That was fun, and it was big time, and it is a confidence builder to come through waning moments and win a game like that.
Confidence builder, dream maker, right? Those are the things you dreamed about in the backyard, throwing it up with the clock running down. You're going to make the play to win. Your offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, Dave, and that's a tough situation to be in. There's so much pressure on these individual players to have to step up and have to make that big play, but you could see the belief they had in each other, the respect they have for each other, and now moving forward, this is a huge confidence builder for this team.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.